Fairhaven Market that is funded through your tax-deductible donation and is located at 488 Southwest Broad Street in Jessup, Georgia. If you or someone you know are in an abusive relationship, pick up the phone and call 588-9999. There is someone to answer your call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Once again, the number is 588-9999. Don't wait until it's too late to make this call. Thank you, Wayne County, for your continued support. Fairhaven, where the healing begins.
When you have an accident, you, not the insurance company, chooses the body shop, and you only need one estimate. All you have to do is call Jerome Riles at B&C Collision Center in downtown Scriven to deal with the adjusters and insurance company. Whether it's a little ding or a major crash, that B&C Collision Center across from Wasden Cabinet Shop in Scriven, deal with the insurance company so you don't have to. Call them at 579-2274. That's 579-2274.
105.5 FM in Jessup, WIFO FM Jessup. The time now is just about 8 o'clock, and you're listening to 105.5 FM in Jessup, Georgia. Butch Hubbard here with you. Wednesday morning, the 21st day of October. And it is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birchford and Blackshear, by B&C Collision Center in Scriven, Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, and also brought to you by Parker Insurance and Realty, located on Macon Street in downtown Jessup. Well, Bob, Deborah Pye's in here this morning, and we must be talking about farmers market. Is that right? What's up, Deborah?
That's right. We have some important announcements for this weekend.
Yeah, bring up the ticker thing there. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, for this weekend at the market, we're having some important things going on. And one thing is we're having a cookout this Friday night at the market. It starts at 6 o'clock. This is October the 23rd, Friday evening. We're having a hamburger cookout and a classic car show and a sock hop, like an old-fashioned sock hop at the market.
And when is this now?
It's Friday night. Friday evening.
Friday night. Starting at what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yes, we're going to eat from like 6 to 8. You can get a big old juicy burger and with all the toppings, potato chips, a drink, and a dessert for $6.
Okay, all that.
Yeah.
Starting at 6 o'clock at the farmers market Friday night.
Yeah, and then
North First Street here in Jessup. Okay.
Yes. So 6 to 8 we'll be eating, and then everyone can stay around till like 10 o'clock that evening. Wade Claxton is going to come out with some old school entertainment for the sock hop.
Well, that's just up our alley here at the radio station. We're in that old school stuff, especially on the weekends.
Yeah, and all the classic cars will be out there, and they've invited some out-of-town guests, so we should have a big selection of cars. And if anyone out there has a car that they would like to bring, even if it's a specialty car like a new Corvette or a fancy truck or anything that you want to show off, they can bring that.
Yeah, they can. Usually, a lot of times with those classic car shows, they'll have the classic cars and the current hot rods. You know, like the Corvettes or a Dodge Challenger or a souped-up Mustang or something like that. Something that makes your heart go boogie, 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 boogie. Okay?
Okay, so that's going on. And also, we want to bring the kids out because there will be some kids activities, like some fall activities going on, like some pumpkin decorating or things like that they've got planned. So it looks like a big evening at the market. Starts at 6 o'clock. And one more important announcement about that day is the market is going to be closed on Friday.
The market itself will be closed on Friday, but all the activities for the fun night with the eating and the dancing and all the children's activities will begin at 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to close because we're also going to be down at the Arch Fest.
Okay, so you're going to move Saturday. The items from the farmers market and then set up a smaller farmers market. I think it's on Macon Street, isn't it?
It
for
is.
The Arch Fest on Saturday.
Yes, South Macon Street. The whole farmers market's going to be down there. I think we got 10 or 11 vendors coming. So just remember that it's going to be closed. The market's going to be closed on Friday so we can prepare for the cookout and the Arch Fest on Saturday.
Okay. All right, that sounds fun. There's just a lot of creative things going on down there at the farmers market, other than just selling produce and homemade goodies and all that kind of good stuff. Y'all got a lot of activities going on there at the farmers market on North First Street here in Jessup.
We do. And listen, I just want to mention for everyone to come out and support the farmers market because they still have a lot of fresh food out there. They're bringing in a lot of greens like turnips and mustards and collards, and those have been going over real well. They'll have those greens probably the rest of the year. So we want to encourage everybody to go out and support the farmers and the vendors that we have out there.
Okay. Well, sounds good. All kinds of stuff going on at the farmers market. Your regular hours there are Fridays and Saturdays, and folks can stop by and get fresh produce and homemade canned items and jam items and other things that you just might not think about that I guess you associate with the country and the countryside, but it's just not pulled out of the dirt or off a tree. Okay, and but you've got all kinds of activities going on, and so folks need to keep up with that. We tried our best here to provide that information to folks on what all the activities going on at the farmers market. Is there any other way? Do you have a website that folks can go to, or a Facebook page or something that folks can look on a regular basis to see what your activities are at the farmers market?
Yes, the website is the WCFM.org.
Okay,
and our,
the
WCFM.
WCFM, Wayne County Farmers Market.
Yes.
WCFM, WayneCountyFarmersMarket.com.
Yes, and then we also have announcements continually on our Facebook page, and that's the Wayne County Farmers Market.
Okay. And then, of course, right here on Big Dog Country Radio and in the local newspaper. And folks can keep up what's going on at the farmers market and just like a lot of activities. But once again, Deborah, let's highlight the new and different activities that are taking place Friday night and Saturday for the farmers market, just in case folks just tuned in or maybe they were talking to the children or spouse or something we first talked about, okay?
Okay, it's Friday, October the 23rd.
This Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
Hamburger, classic car, and a sock hop at the market. It starts at 6. We'll eat from 6 to 8. And then from 8 to 10, you can stay and listen to the music provided by Wade Claxton. We'll have classic cars there, and we'll be hanging out there till about 10 o'clock in the evening.
And while you're there, you can have the radio going there and listen to Bob Morgan with the live play-by-play of Wayne County Thompson, or you can just go and download our our app on your smartphone. I guess our app is smart, but it's still on your smartphone. You go to your favorite app store and just put in Big Dog, WIFO, and there the app will be, and just follow the instructions for the app store that you happen to be downloading it from. Put it in your phone. It's absolutely free, and you can listen to the game on your smartphone with the Big Dog WIFO app, or you can listen to it on 105.5, or you can listen to it worldwide on the World Wide Web at BigDogCountry.com. So we get a report. You have a list of all the folks who log on and where they're at. You don't get their names, but you get their list where they're at. And we got folks all over the place who tune in to Wayne County football on Friday nights. It's absolutely amazing. And of course, the same thing will be today for the Wayne County girls softball game. They got the doubleheader and the Sweet 16 action this afternoon at Barbara Struckoff Field, and we'll have that action right here on 105.5, our smart app, Big Dog WIFO on your smartphone, and on BigDogCountry.com. That's just great stuff that y'all going out at the farmers market. I mean, it's good to think outside the box, per se.
That's right. And I'll just give you a quick example. We're late getting out of there on Friday evenings, and last Friday I picked me up some lettuce. I had Summer Crisp, and I had Butter Crunch lettuce, and then I went by Calvin Anderson's, got me some lettuce and tomato. I even picked up my dressings out there, my Vidalia onion, creamy vinaigrette dressing, a loaf of bread from Sonia Miller's Homemade Bakery, and I went home, and just in minutes I had a healthy food right there on my table, so you can pick up everything you need. I didn't have to go anywhere else, and you can go right there to the farmer's market and get the freshest food available in town.
It's amazing the different varieties of lettuce they are, and especially the different type of lettuce varieties that are grown right here in Wayne County.
That's right.
Out there on Highway 169.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else, Deborah?
Well, I'll be back next week. Maybe
You will.
To tell y'all about some other things.
All right. We'd love to have you back.
Okay.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Deborah Pye there from the Wayne County Farmers Market. All kinds of good activities happening this Friday and Saturday for the Farmers Market. WIFO FM in Jessup. We'll be back more of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment.
The Odom Recreation Department invites you to the circus. The Zerbini Family Circus will be in Odom on Thursday, October 22nd. Shows at 5 and 7 p.m., rain or shine. Tickets $10 in advance and can be purchased at Odom City Hall and the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. Day of the circus, $15. Come and enjoy the largest circus to come to Wayne County in years. Camel rides will also be featured. The Zerbini Family Circus, Thursday, October 22nd in Odom. For more information, call 586-2211 or 294-4192.
105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, 8 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, the 21st day of October. And as Jonathan was mentioned a little while ago, this is the date that Marty McFly and his girlfriend and the doc went forward those 30 years into the future. Well, it wasn't quite 30 years, but all the way to 2015, October 21st. And some things are like they said, but a lot of things are not. You know, I was reading something yesterday where they are working on the hoverboard, but we're nowhere near what it was they showed on there. We don't have flying cars. That hasn't happened. Drones are becoming real big. Have you seen a drone up in the area? I think we need to get our own big dog country drone, Bob. What do you think?
These things are dangerous. I see where they're having trouble with the aviation because they're running the planes and things like that.
Yeah, you got to keep it below a certain level, and you got to watch out for the planes and the airports and everything else. But I mean, it's amazing that folks like Amazon and folks like everything, we were going to use these drones to deliver packages to people's homes.
A lot of college football teams are using them to film practices and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. We got a text in a little while ago, and it says that there's a lot of talk on SportsVent, which I guess is a blog type thing on the internet. It says there's a lot of talk on SportsVent about an ineligible player on the Richland softball team, and that's who Wayne County's playing today in the doubleheader in the Sweet 16 action here in Jessup at Barbara Struckoff Field. It says on page 21 of the Georgia High School Association Constitution states that a player cannot follow a coach from one team to another. Evidently, one of the original players did just that, according to the sports talk there on the SportsVent. You know, Bob, you can believe everything you read on the internet.
Wrong.
like that commercial who said he was a French model. He comes walking on, he's a big, heavy-set guy, and he's definitely American. He just says bonjour, you know. So I didn't follow the coach. My parents just happened to move over there in that district. But there's always that kind of talk going on of, is this person eligible? What happened here? What happened there? But to me, it seems like the second round of state playoff action that somebody would have said something by now, and the Georgia High School Association would have taken a look at it. When you think?
Don't put any stock in that story.
Okay, don't put any stock in that story. Okay, all right.
Zero.
Okay, we will put zero stock in that story. But if it was just remotely true or possibly true, I would think the Georgia High School Association would have already taken a look at it and said, nah, there's nothing here. Nothing here, folks. Go away. Nothing to look at. So what do we know about Ridgeland? Anything?
One of the top pitchers in the state.
One of the top pitchers in the state. Now, Ridgeland is way up there at the northeast border of Georgia and close to North Carolina or something like that. So they got a long drive down.
3 of their 4 teams in the region still alive in the Sweet 16. It's a pretty good region. Heritage is supposed to win it all. They're the favorite. They're the number 1 seed from that region. Rich is number 2. So
okay.
They beat St. Pius 15-zip and 15-zip, which is pretty impressive because St. Pius is pretty good.
Whoa, man.
So,
they got some athletes coming down from North Georgia, huh?
The good thing is they got to come this far. The question is, do they arrive in cheese wagons or charter buses?
Okay, so they're not here yet. They're coming in today.
They arrive in charter buses. They got a lot of money.
That's it. Yeah. Oh, boy, they got some money down.
They arrive in cheese wagons. We got a good chance because I've been on those cheese wagons. That's a long ride.
That's a long ride. When I was in track at Wayne County High School way back in the Stone Age, we rode those cheese. But the first 2 years I ran track for Wayne County High School, we were in the Valdosta, Moultrie, that region. Okay, so we made trips way over there, way over to Cairo, Georgia. Just those 2 years. And then my junior and senior years, finally we got closer. We were in the Savannah region, so we were in this area, so it was a lot closer. But man, those freshman and sophomore years, they were long cheese wagon rides, man. Let me tell you.
Long trips.
Okay.
Not comfortable, that's for sure.
And you got to do what you got to do. Always you had the hazing going on the first trip, with the rookies, the freshmen, stuff like that. Today, I guess they do a little bit of that, but coaches a little more aware. Hey, don't do that. We don't need this all over See, today things can get on the internet and just there it goes. It's gone. It's gone viral, as they say. And it's hard to get away with that stuff today without it becoming a national news story. It's amazing the things that you read on the internet that just just a local little thing that went on. And because it's a little unusual, a little different, a little sad, a little funny, whatever the case may be, it goes viral, and suddenly you got millions of people talking about it around the country. All right, so Wayne County Ridgeland today starts at 5:30 at the Barbara Struckoff Field. Doubleheader, Sweet 16 action. Wayne County Ridgeland. We encourage you to get out there and support the Lady Jackets. If you can't make it, we'll have it for you right here on 105.5. On your smartphone, just download the free app, Big Dog, WIFO app. I've got it on my phone right there. Got the picture of the Big Dog right there, and I just click on it and able to listen to the games, and Bob in the morning and Jonathan between 7 and 8 o'clock. And we have other special programming on it through the day, or you can listen to the games worldwide on our website at bigdogcountry.com. Well, Bob, just a sad day here for the family here at Big Dog Country Radio. For many years, Robbie Groover was an employee here at the station, and he was, midday person, and sometimes had to do mornings for me if I went out of town, and hosted a wrestling show on here for quite a while, and brought all his friends in here, and they'd sit around that old station before it burnt down and talk about wrestling on, I can't remember what day he had it on, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Tuesdays, I can't remember, from 6 to 7 or something like that, and just had a great time with that. And as everybody know, that Red always had stories and always tried to make you laugh. And for a person who had health problems most all his life, you wouldn't know it by being around him.
Just a good guy. Going to be missed. Like I said, sad story when I heard yesterday when I got out of city meeting last night. So just tough, but I said thoughts and prayers with his family at this time. Reinhardt and Sons Funeral Home is going to be in charge of the arrangements. So once we get those arrangements, we'll pass that information along. So
he passed away yesterday around 7, and like I said, our thoughts and prayers do go out to the family, and it affects us here at Big Dog Country Radio. He worked here for many years, and then ever so often he'd just stop in and brighten the place up with his stories and his smile and his dip and everything else.
And his Gator gear,
and his Gator gear, which always gave us a hard time. He worked here when the Gators were winning all the time.
Yeah. We used to have a lot of fun talks about that. So, but he was just always fun to be. Like I said, you can't help but like Red. Red's just a great guy, and just was funny. Always, like I said, he always had a story. Always had a smile on his face, even though he's going through some difficult health issues. So, just a great guy. Will be truly missed. And again, just our thoughts and prayers go out to his family at this time.
I could have just imagined the people back in the mid to late 90s, that would tune in. And let's say they were just driving through town and they were going through the radio, and it might happen to be that one day the wrestling show was on, and they tuned into it, and they probably thinking, what in the world is going on at that radio station? Because you had a bunch of South Georgia boys, country boys, rednecks, and wrestling enthusiasts sitting around mics talking about wrestling and just having a good old time. It amazed me, absolutely amazed me, when I would go around town and people that you wouldn't even think would listen to that would comment on it.
He knew all those wrestlers. That's the thing about it. He befriended all those guys. Those guys loved him. Like I said, he'd always put on a charity event. He was always trying to raise money for certain causes. So that's what was great. He'd always have them down there. Most of them took place at the Crack Organs Recreation Center, but some he had at the high school auditorium. But he was always trying to raise money for other causes, trying to help people out. So he was just a fun guy to be around. But like I said, he'd run the board sometimes when we do ball games, and he was just he's just a funny guy.
Yeah, humor was his medicine.
I just saw him a couple weeks ago at the Huddle House, and he used to hang out there on a regular basis. So that's what I used to run into when he left here. So, but I got the news yesterday afternoon when I got out of City Hall. It just kind of shook me because I didn't, I just saw him a couple weeks ago. It looked like he was doing pretty good.
Yeah. Well, Reinhardt and Sons, as you mentioned, is the funeral home handling the arrangements. As soon as we get the details on that, we'll have it on our announcements. Hopefully we can have that by midday today on around 12:45 for our obituary announcements. And of course, I know that you'll probably have it on the news also. But it's just sad when you've had somebody who worked at the radio station for many years and provided entertainment and laughter and a unique look at life pass away like that, and only 46 years old. But Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family and to everyone who knew Red Groover, Robbie Groover. All right, 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, 105.5 FM in Jessup. Well, let's turn to baseball, Bob. Well, looks like the Royals might be going back to the World Series.
It looks like it's going to be a Kansas City, New York series because Kansas City and New York are just rolling in these divisional playoffs. So unless there's a miracle comeback on either Toronto or Chicago's part, it's going to be a Kansas City, New York event. So Kansas City seems to be on a roll. So does the Mets. I mean, I think I asked Jonathan. I could have swore that during the regular season, Chicago beat the Mets like 8 out of 8. But that division series, they just can't seem to put it together. The Mets seem to be on a mission to get to the World Series. So,
for the last 2, 3, 4 years, you hear about the teams in our division, the Braves division, who they sign and who they, and all that kind of stuff. And the Mets were always seen to be putting quality pieces, quality players in there, and to put their puzzle together for a championship team. And I was wondering, they're putting all those players in. Like, when's something going to happen? And it did this year.
Most of the Nationals were projected to win the division. They had the disappointing season, but the Mets just came on strong there towards the end and just, took control of that division and got into the playoffs, and they're rolling all the way to the World Series, it looks like.
Yeah, so it's not how you start the season, it's how you end the season.
The Cubs can turn around. Like I said, they still play in Chicago today, but they had an enthusiastic crowd. I thought for sure Cubs would win yesterday, but it didn't happen. So.
Yeah, enthusiasm is great. You need it sometimes, but it can't win ball games.
I thought, just can't get excited about a Kansas City, New York.
You can't get excited about Kansas City, yeah. What would have excited you this year with the Braves didn't get in there, Pittsburgh didn't get in there. So
I would like to see.
You'd love to see the Cubbies get in there, huh?
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, me too. I'd love to see the Cubbies get in there.
I see Cubs go on and win the World Series.
They need to do that, and Chicago needs that, Bob.
That would have been great. Back to the Future predicted it. That would have been a great story.
Yeah, Back to the Future predicted it for 2015.
Right. So.
The Cubs win the World Series.
That's why
you're not living up to the projection there, Cubbies.
That's why they call them movies. See,
that's right, they're movies. Oh boy, but I didn't realize until a few days ago. Then you started hearing and reading a lot of things about the fact that this is the day, October 21st, 2015, the day that the doc and Marty McFly and his girlfriend went forward because the professor found out there was some problems with Marty and Jennifer's kid. Yeah. Marty Jr. there. But I don't have one of them jackets, that Marty Jr. had that, you could put on and you hit something and it resized itself to lengthen your arms and all that. Remember that? But I sure would like to have one of those Back to the Future sports books and be able to bet like that. Woo! Man, that'd be nice, wouldn't it, Bob?
It'd be nice looking at the future. That's good. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it was really a good movie. The first one, of course, everyone liked the best because and they usually do in those type of situations. About the only thing I've ever heard in terms of movies where the second one was better than the first one was Godfather 2. A lot of people think that was actually a better movie than Godfather 1. Godfather 3, everybody says, nope, wasn't good at all. But to me, I enjoyed the first one and the third one better of the Back to the Future movies, but the second one was very entertaining also. Yeah. All right, let's see here. From a football standpoint, Wayne County back in action this Friday night, correct?
Yeah, long trip to Thompson. I said it's been a long time since we've been to Thompson, Georgia. Larry Cooper was AD/principal at that time, so that was the Meanwood Dean year. I don't know if people remember that, but
what?
The Meanwood Dean.
Meanwood Dean?
Yeah, I still have that bumper sticker somewhere.
What is Meanwood Dean?
Mike Dean was the football coach.
Up there?
Wayne County.
Here, Wayne County. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he stepped in that 1 year.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
Larry Cooper stepped in /AD principal, and Mike Dean took over as football coach, and we went all the way to quarterfinals and went up to Thompson, Georgia. It was the coldest night of our life.
Oh, yeah.
Billy Stipe senior year, Chad Wilson.
Chad Wilson, players. Okay.
Luther Welsh, they just named the field after. I tell that story all the time. Those were the days when you had to order phone lines.
Oh, yeah, you had to order the phone lines. Back then you didn't have internet or cell phone.
And for some reason that year, we were having a lot of trouble. We'd get to the stadium, the phone line wasn't in, or somebody would cut the phone line. So Freddie Fry was my colorman at that time. He said, look, we just need to get off the air and just drive to Thompson to get there as early as we possibly can and make sure the phone line's there. So we got done the morning show, left here about 9 o'clock in the morning, got up to Thompson around 12:30, 1 o'clock, freezing cold. Had to climb up to the press box to get in there to see where the phone line is. So we get in there, we're looking for a phone line. There's this 5'6" guy, bald-headed guy, working on the stadium clock.
Right.
And he says, "Hey, y'all from Wayne County, y'all come for the big game. What y'all think? Y'all think y'all win?" You know, Freddie Fry. Of course we all know. We didn't come here to lose. We come here to win. You know, we're coming up here to put a whipping on Thompson. He said, "Well, when y'all get done with your phone line, I want to show y'all something." So I said, "Okay." So we set up the equipment, phone line's good. Mm-hmm. We climb down the stadium steps. We walk across the street to this Taj Mahal weight room facility with carpeting, and it looked like University of Georgia's weight room facility. They had pictures on the wall of players in the NFL, and the guy says, "You got one of these in Wayne County?" No, we don't have one of those in Wayne County. We're still trying to debate where we're going to put one. He said, "Well, that's why you can't win." He said, "I've seen you on tape. Y'all look pretty good first half, but third, fourth quarter, we're going to wear you down because my guys been in here all summer long getting bigger, faster, stronger." So by the third, fourth quarter, we're going to wear you down, and y'all can't win.
Okay.
I said,
he was confident about his team, wasn't he?
Like, who the hell is this? I said, who? And that's what I said, "Who the hell are you?" "I'm Luther Welch, the head coach." And I looked at Freddie. I said, "Freddie, if the head coach is telling us 5 hours before game time we can't win, we're in trouble."
And he's up there doing all the technical stuff. You know, he's up there. You thought it was maybe some maintenance guy for the high school.
And then, like I said, he left Thompson after years of success. He came to Camden County and ran that program for a while. Mm-hmm. And he was the football coach, AD. And they had a baseball coach who was just off the chain. Every time we have a baseball game in Camden County, we'd have arguments and fights, and I mean, it was just like a 3-ring circus. So went down to a basketball game one time, and Luther was there, and I walked up and I said, "Luther," I said, why do you keep this guy?" I said, "This guy's just he's off the chain, man. Every time we have a baseball game, there's a riot breaking out." I mean, he looked at me, and I said, "Bob, we don't care about baseball in Camden County. All we care about is football." So, those are my Luther Welch stories.
Those are your
fact that he came to the Beach Blast every year too. He loved the Beach Blast. Down there, before school started, he'd come to the annual Beach Blast. So
is he coaching still somewhere?
No, he passed away last year, and they just dedicated the field this year. It's called the Luther Welch Field in Thompson. Right. So when you go there, you'll see the memorial. Just a great guy. So,
and we do want to let folks know. When we say Thompson, we say it's Thomson. This is not the one with the P. There's no P in this Thompson.
It's an historic stadium. They call it Betwixt the Bricks. It's an all brick stadium around it's just a beautiful facility. But like I said, the night we went up there back in I think it was late 80s. I mean, we just froze to death. It was the coldest night. You just could not get warm. And all kinds of college coaches were in the box. And Vince Dooley was there. Ray Goff was there. I think Bobby Bowden was there. I mean, a ton of college. There's a lot of talent on the field that night that they wanted to come.
Right, both sides.
But nobody could get warm that night. If you talk to anybody from Wayne County that went there, they will concur that's the coldest they've ever been.
It was even colder than the night that you and Greg Walker went up there. He went up in shorts up there in middle Georgia somewhere.
It wasn't. That was a cold night, but it wasn't as cold as it was in Thompson.
Well, I think I've mentioned before the coldest night I ever did when I was doing color we had the radio station up in Aiken, South Carolina, and I had a longtime broadcaster who was my play-by-play guy. And Aiken High School, and that's when William the Refrigerator Perry was a senior that year. And I think we were in the second or third round of state playoffs, and we go all the way up to, we're almost in North Carolina. I mean, we had to go over rolling hills. When we came out of the stadium, it looked like going to Clemson with Death Valley. It's way down. I mean, it's down like in a pit, And the press box for the visitor side was on top. Where they put us was on top of the visitors' press box. We're outside, Bob. They had a chair and tables, and the phone line was there, but we're outside, so it was freezing, and the dew was coming down on us, and it took us from up there about 3 hours to thaw out by the time we got to Aiken.
That's where we were at Stars Mill. Stars Mill put us on top of the press box, and that's the night I said Walker always wears shorts. He shows up. It's 20 degrees outside.
Where was this?
It's Stars Mill.
Stars Mill, that's right. He had to barge the fence.
Luckily, Robert Townsend was like the next school over, and he came over just to see the game, and he walks up to see us, and he says, "What are you doing, Walker? You ain't got no." He walks aside. I thought I was going to be in the press box. He said, "Well, I think I can help you out." So he went to his school and brought sweats for Walker to wear sweats. Yeah. So Robert Townsend saved the day that day.
Saved the day for him. I mean, because he wears shorts all the time. Greg does.
Yeah, we just assumed we'd go inside the press box.
Yeah, inside the press box.
They had it stuck up on the roof. So
yeah.
And it was cold that night, but it wasn't as cold as it was in Thompson.
Nah, yeah, that's your coldest night. Mine was up there back in the
But talked to Rob
1980.
this week. The weather forecast supposed to be good. So I said temperature's supposed
it's going to be real nice, this week.
And Rob Ridings used to be at Glen Academy. Now he's the coach at Thompson High School. So.
Okay, all right. As said, someone just text in. If you got questions or comments on the world famous Butch and Bob show, or any time here at the radio station, you can text them in at 912-427-3711, our regular studio and business line. But somebody just texted in. Bob is correct. It was freezing. So cold. Somebody went with you. I was up there when you were there, Bob. That year.
You talk to anybody that was there, they will tell you that's the coldest they've ever been. I mean, you could not get warm that night. It was freezing cold. I mean, it was cold.
Well, at least you're out on the field playing it, Bob.
I can imagine. I mean, that was first pitch. It was a heck of a game. I can't remember the final. I'm trying to look for the final score. I tried to call Mr. Cooper talked to Larry Cooper last night. He can't remember. But I'm going to look it up. Like I said, I know it was a close game at halftime, but Thompson took control in the second half, just like the coach said. Just like Luther said they would.
And it's one thing the coaches have really learned through the years, that you've got to get the kids, you got to get the athletes into the weight room and conditioning, weight room and conditioning.
We just didn't do that.
We didn't do it way back then as much.
Right, but that's what we do. We didn't play year-round sports like we do now.
No. When I ran track for high school, I started training when we got back from after New Year, Christmas and New Year's break. And I trained for about a month, got in shape, and then we had track meets for about 3 months. And when region or state was over with, I stopped, and I didn't run again until next January. Today, they run year-long. Somebody just texted in that said that Coach Goff, who was at that game, up in Thompson, way back in the late 80s, Coach Goff said it was the coldest game he'd ever been to.
There you go. So,
and that's something when you've got a head football coach from University of Georgia saying that's the coldest football game he'd ever been to.
It's cold.
All right, Bob, have a good day.
Okay.
All right, the world famous Butch and Bob show brought to you.